Good evening. Maneraganaka. I've got two cameras, so forgive me. This is EvangMangwende live in my studio. This is my makeshift studio kuitira basa raMwari rinosvika chete vhangeri kune vanhu zvisinei nekuti zvinhu zvakamira sei. Zichanaka. Tinozotaura nhoroondo yekuti patakatanga ndo zvatakunge tirizvi, and we see the progression, and patave ndipo pano. Takatanga tichaita zvekuisa makamera mafoni pamabroomsticks tichasungirira. Iye zvinezvi tane some state of the art tripods and so on, and we are building the studio slowly, and eventually possibly we're going to have a room that is dedicated for broadcasting God's word, inspirational stuff, and etc. But what I'm saying is I've got a couple of cameras that are beaming on me. One is broadcasting live on YouTube. So when I'm facing that way, that's a YouTube camera that I'm paying attention to. When I'm facing this way, that's a Facebook camera that I am facing. So my attention is going to be split between the two cameras, just depending on which one is more entertaining and more interesting. I will pay more attention to it, but I'll try my level best to pay attention to both cameras. Good evening again. Makadiwa na Mwari. Ndinodara kuti muri watano kupi kwese kwa muri. Watano not kuti makasimba kuti gwindiri hamuna pari kung'eng'ena kana kuita sei, asi kuti watano in the sense yekuti you are there live and alive and watching this live broadcast being presented to you by your evangelist Mangwende. Nekuda kwekuti hatifi takaita watano completely, zvingaita sekuita kunge zvinoshamisa kuti hatiite watano completely. This is the truth about life. There is no single day that you can say my life is completely free of worry, free of stress, free of problems, free of challenges, free of issues. It's rare. It's either you are lying to yourself. This is the topic for today. Why do you lie? What makes you lie? Zvii zvinoita kuti tinyepe. Ndo topic yanhasi. Hatisati takuda kupinda zvedu mairi as quickly as that. Tinoda kumbotanga tamborasika zvedu tichitaura zvinhu zvakasiyana siyana. And by the way, this coming Sunday, if you are really, really available, and make yourself available, please. We are fellowshipping in London. London, St. Ekenwells. If you go to my WhatsApp status, there is a link there that you can put onto your phone, onto your Google Maps, and it takes you right at the doorstep of the church. Saka, uyai kusondo, muswe Sunday ku London, tinamate Mwari. Make it, a point yekuti unomboshanyirawo mamwe masangano, unomboshanyirawo mamwe makereke. Just from nowhere, they see you being wasvika pamusuwo pavo moshumira Mwari, mondamata Mwari. So this Sunday we do not have a service here in Gosport, and our service is going to be in London at St. Ekenwells. Zvino vana vamwe tinotaura nenhau yekudzora murangariro, and today for some reason I was speaking to one of my pastors, and he said, he was talking about family, and he said, you know what, my family came up to see us here, and they said, well, the other reason for coming here is because you are along the coast, and it's wonderful to sit along the shoreline and just be quiet, meditating on the word of God, contemplating on the word of God, mindfully observing the sea while you think about the word of God, while you just put your mind and leave it for God to control. Meditation, mindfulness, contemplative prayer. And I've been saying, the real essence of meditation is to help keep the mind calm, help keep the mind still, help keep the mind quiet, kuti pfungwa dzinyarare, pfungwa dzitonhorere, pfungwa dzigadzikane. And I will tell you, when you teach your mind to be quiet, when you teach your mind to be calm, when you teach your mind to be able to remain still, to be able to be in the present moment, your mind begins to see the things that you never thought existed, even in your home, even in your head. When your mind is still, it begins to see things that you never imagined they existed. Why is that? The reason is, when your mind is full of other things, when your mind is, all over the shore, when your mind is preoccupied by all sorts of things, worries, when it is preoccupied by anxiety, when it's preoccupied nema emotions akasiyana siyana, uine mamwe ma desires aringori unnecessary filling your mind, the mind becomes so busy and it distorts the way it interprets the world. I want to give you an example and would want you to try this at home. Kana uchiuya kumba nebhazi, uchiwanzoburukira, hello, my wife, Yvonne, welcome and thank you for watching. Kana uchiwanzoburukira bhazi pamusuo, just padhuze nepamba. Kana kuti uchiuya kumba uchidrive une mota, kana kuti uchidrive, kana kuti uchiuya netaxi, kana kuti whatever. Ndikuda kuti one of the days, dzikira bus stop or 2 bus stops away from home. Imbosiya wakapaka motikari yako a few hundred meters away from home. Kana kuti imboburutsirwa whoever drives you a few hundred meters away from your home. Wofamba netsoka uchitarisa the environment. I will tell you, if you do that with an open mind and an open heart, you are going to see some things that you never knew they existed in your local area. You will see a lot of things. Why is that? It's because of your speed yekufamba kwako, mafambiro aunenge uri kuita. Hatifambe zvekumhanya. Kana tichinge tiri pamotikari, kana tichinge tiri pabhasikoro, we are moving so fast. Therefore, our eyes can only take a glimpse of what is around, and the brain is not given enough time to process, because there is a lot of things coming in through the eyes that then in the end distorts everything. But kana uchifamba zvako netsoka dzako zinyoro, your eyes have got all the time on earth, and your mind has got all the time on earth to process the colors, to process the sounds, to process my textures, to process a lot of things, and you will begin to see much, much more clearer and wisely. And you say, oh my God, I never knew all this landscape was this beautiful. That's why it is important when you go out, say, to just watch the sunset or to watch the sunrise or to watch nature, to just sit quietly. Put your phone in your pocket. Put a book away and just be you and pay attention to nature. I've watched someone goes to the beach and they carry a book. Okay, I'm thinking, well, have you gone to the beach to watch the sea, the waves, the things there, or to go and read? Panic confusion. But well, people have got choices. Some people will choose to go to the beach to read a book. Some people will choose. I wouldn't carry a book to go to the beach. What I would carry in most cases is my camera. When I arrive, immediately I take photos, put my camera in my pocket, and I sit, or I just lie down there and watch the environment. And I tell you, when you do that, you are able to enjoy the glory of the creation that God made for us. Sometimes it's so surprising. It's so surprising. When we talk of mindfulness, I'll give you an example. It's like you have been working very, very hard to create a beautiful flower garden, to create a beautiful garden, right? Garden harisiri mavegetables pachivanhu, nganditaura pachivanhu, nganditaura garden, tinonge tiri kutaura nezvegarden vegetables. But when we are talking of a garden, in its actual sense, we are talking of landscape yawakagadzira ine maruva akaisvonaka. When you've got that, it's pointless to go into your beautiful garden with a newspaper or a book. You are going to distract your observation of your beautiful outcome. Leave the book, leave the newspaper, and just be yourself and sit and observe the beauty of your hard work. That way, you are able to enjoy the beauty of the garden. It's when you go into your garden, it's not the time to start. You go into your garden and you sit down and you start thinking, mangwana kubasa futi, mana zvinhu zvakaoma. Kana kuti coronavirus, wow, yanetsa. Zvinhu zvese has come to a standstill. You have gone into your beautiful garden, the sweat, the beauty of your hard work. Go in there and just sit and observe. Absorb yourself. Put your mind in the present moment and observe the beauty of your hard work. And when you are done with that, you can then go back to thinking in a different place. When you go into a place to calm yourself, just let your mind be calm. These things, I'm telling you, they work. You just need to practice. You just need to practice, and they begin to make sense to you. Just keeping your mind as calm as possible. Keeping your mind calm. Because I've practiced these things over and over and over, to me now it's almost like second nature. If I'm out there, I can put my mind on what I'm doing. I think my wonderful wife there, my Shibanda, will tell you that I always say, when it's time to eat, let's eat. Phones, goodbye, done, and we eat. Because I want to enjoy my food. She wants to enjoy her meal. She wants to enjoy whatever. She wants to be present, to be in the moment of whatever you are doing. That will help you to keep your mind as calm as you can. And with practice, I say, this is something that I can do. I can sit still for an hour with my mind level. And by the way, there is no way you can stop your mind from thinking. The mind will continue to think because this is what minds do. But I don't get myself absorbed in chasing whatever the mind is thinking. I let it be what it is. And when you let your mind be what it is, it tends to find an equilibrium, and then it becomes quiet. And where the mind becomes silent and quiet is where wisdom, it is where enlightenment begins. And it is where your reasoning becomes sharp, your attention becomes sharp, your vision becomes sharp, your hearing becomes sharp, your taste buds become sharp, your sense of touch becomes sharp when you manage to keep your mind right there. I said, these are some things that you can try at home. Let go, let go. We'll always say, let go, let go. Maybe some people are saying, Evangelist Munonye, why would I lie? Well, this is the topic for today. We always lie. Everybody lies. You lie, I lie, everybody lie. Even the most powerful president on the planet lies. Everybody. Apana singanyepi, munhu wese anonyepa. And tinozvinyepera futi. Tinonyepera vanhu. And this is natural. Did you know that lying is normal? It's natural. We lie. You can't say I don't lie. That is a lie in itself. Now, let's talk about this thing, called lie. Why am I saying we lie? You lie. We all lie. The most common lie, is every day. Try this at work. Try this on the streets. Try this at home. Say to somebody, how are you? The general answer to somebody who has not gone through, training, or somebody who has not gone through therapy of some sort, they will say, I'm fine. That's the most common lie in most people. I am fine. Why do we lie when somebody says to us, how are you? And you say, I'm fine. Although you have got a headache, although you got painful leg, although you've got possibly something not right in your relationship, when things are not right at work, but you just say, I am fine. Common lie. Are you going to say this is not a lie, evangelist? That's not a lie. It is a lie. And we say it all the time. That's the most common lie. And an average person, this is very interesting. It's going to get even more interesting. An average person lies not less than 10 times a day. Maybe I've actually understated it. I'm using myself as a bar. Not less than 10 times a day. We lie. We lie so much. Human beings lie so much. And you're saying, I think most of you are thinking now, oh my God, is that true that I lie not less than 10 times? Check it out. Check it out yourself. Just be honest. Don't lie to yourself. Because that's another lie again. When I tell you, try these things, and you pretend you're going to do it. You know what? I don't do these live shows for fun. I do these live shows to educate. I do these live shows to inform. Because I believe, just taking the Bible and saying, let's go to Exodus, to Exodus 20, or let's go to Genesis this, let's go to Acts this, let's go to Revelations this. To me, if we cannot put this word into practice, it doesn't mean anything. The Bible needs to be practical. The words need to be practical. This is why Jesus would teach. He wouldn't teach zvinhu zvisiri practical. Haingofunga nemusoro wake kuti nhasi ndida kuparidza inini pamusoro pekuva vatsvene tichidanana. Vana Paul. No. Aitarisa a situation. Aiunzirwa situation mukati meupenyu hwake. Ochidzidzisa from that point. Kuti zvinorevei, and what does the word of God say about it? The word of God talks a lot about lying. From Genesis to Revelation, it is constantly talking against lying. It castigates people who lie. So it means this is a human problem of lying. Mangwanani mamuka say, aiwa tamuka kana mamuka zvenyu. Yet, pane problem. Ndiri kutaura inini nyaya dzinoitika. Pane vanhu vanonzi vafuma wakafa. Kana kuti anonzi people joking kuti amuka akafa. And vanhu voti angasingamborware. Ndakatinge ndinaye nezuro ndichitotaura naye nezuro, ndakatotaura naye nezuro pafoni, and takatoita a conversation which lasted, and they were saying they were okay. They lied. Clearly they lied. They lied. They knew, but they did not tell you the truth. They just used the common thing. Makadi, how are you? I'm fine. At work, at my workplace, I've tested this, I've tried this, and it works wonders. Somebody says to me, morning, Mr. Mangwende. I say, oh, hi, morning. And they say, how are you? And I say, I'm not fine at all, I'm not well at all. Wait, just wait when you say that. This is a tester. Test it to someone, even a family member, but just don't test it on anybody. You need to test it on somebody you know will be able to handle it. Because some people, you might scare some people might not have the skill to then proceed. Therefore, it's not a very safe question to ask all the time. It's good to just say hi, end there. Don't ask somebody, how are you doing? Because how are you? You are inquiring of their welfare, and you are interested in their welfare, and you are happy, and you will be able to handle if they then throw back to you and say, I'm not okay. When I have said so, because I work with professional people who have dealt with all sorts of challenges under the sun, they will stop and say, is there anything that I can do to help? But I'm saying, this is one way yatonyepa nayo mazuva ese vana vaMwari. So lying, lies. Why do you lie? What is a lie? A lie, in simple terms, is something that is not true. An untruth is a lie. Telling something that is not true is a lie. The opposite of truth is a lie. And why do we lie? Shall we talk about why do we lie? Or what types of lies are there? What do you think? I think let's start off by looking at the types of lies. There are so many types of lies, right? There are so many types of lies. The first lie at the top of the list, at the top of the list is a lie of omission. a lie of omission. What is a lie of omission? You have lied. You have lied. You have lied. And this is the truth. You guys, thank God, Jesu ni nyasha. Kana tinotsvira kunyepa. Then gena richapinda busy. Kudenga hakuna kuita. because we lie. But Jesu nenyasha unotinzwira tsitsi pamusoro pedzimwe nhema dzatinoreva, because nhema inhema chete. We'll talk about why do we lie. So types of lies, I said kune a lie of omission. A lie of omission is when we lie and we leave out information, right? We leave out information as we are talking. This is one way of lying, and it is used a lot of times by people when they want to hide certain stuff. They omit details of whatever they are talking about. You ask somebody, nezuro ndakazoshayaka wakazoswera kupi? Anombonyarara for a second just to sort things out. Then okay, I don't think it's okay to say ABC. So they'll tell you a story but leave certain details. That is lying by omission. Even in a court of law, judges, lawyers and prosecutors and so on, they know these things and they are capable of unpicking so that all omissions left out by design are revealed. That's one lie of omission. Kune, again, another lie of deception. Now, if you read the Bible talks a lot about deception, to the extent that a lie and deception appear to be one. But in psychology, lie is the primary, and there are ways that lies come out. They come out as deception, and the Bible talks about it a lot. You can Google that. I'm not going to give you a lot of verses, but deception is one way of lying. Now, what is deception? Deception, in its true colors, is way of telling some and leaving some in order to mislead. You say certain things that are not very accurate and true so that you can mislead people. It appears like it's truth, but it's not the total truth. And it is said in a way that will mislead people to believe otherwise. That's another way of lying. And we find deception a lot in politics. We find a lot of deception in some criminals who are like into, pathological liars. Let's use that term. People who are pathologically liars, or people who are, who are into financial crime. They tend, or into intelligence. They tend to use deception a lot in the army, in the police, in terror. They tend to use lies by deception a lot. But fortunately, people have now come up with ways of finding out what is truth and what is not truth. That's another lie. The other lie is a lie of influence. What type of lie is that? A lie to influence. It's, telling lies so that you can influence an outcome. Say, for example, of an election. A lie, propaganda. Propaganda is lies generated to appear like it's the truth so that people are deceived, and then an outcome is influenced and you become, somebody. That is another lie. Another lie is identity. Identity lie. A lie of identity. This is so common in people. People have lied who they are, what their age is, sometimes even what their sex is, where they come from, and a lot of things. This is a very common lie, and it is used these days. It's something that is used a lot by people who are, wanting to seek, residence in foreign countries. But someone used to preach and say, amena kuti takambobvumawo here kuti patakapinda pamabhodha tichiuya mudiaspora, chero pataka-aplya mavhisa edu taamo mudiaspora, nhema dzatakataura pamusoro pekuti ndisu vanaani, nanhasi vamwe zvichiri zvinyama. Lies of identity. Kune again lies of intelligence. Intelligence, I've touched that briefly. In intelligence, if you want to be a good FBI, CIA, KGB, C10, MI5, you must be a master of lies. You must be a master of deception. You must be a master of omitting information. You must be a master in lies. You must be able to lie with a straight face, almost like a pathological liar. In intelligence, that is another form of lying. And lastly, influence, a lie of influence. A lot of people want to be seen, to be in a certain position, or to possess certain qualities, or to be certain people who are influential. And to be able to achieve that, they have got to generate stories about themselves. They've got to lie, to tell a lot of untruths, so that people begin to believe them, and they obtain or achieve a status quo that is higher, just wanting to influence people. So these are the types of lies. So lies of omission, lies of deception, lies of influence, lies of identity, lies of intelligence, and lies of influence. All these. But Mwari haadi munhu anonyepa. Shoko ravo rinotaura kudaro. Mwari haafariri munhu anonyepa. Mwari haafariri. Hanzi kune zvinhu zvitanhatu zvisingadiwe naMwari. Mukaverenga shoko Proverbs. Kune zvinhu zvitanhatu zvisingadiwe naMwari. Pane zvezvitanhatu izvozvo. Deception, lies, deception, lies by deception. It's something that God hates. God hates people who lie. God hates people who generate stories that are not true. Hence, pama commandments ake, pane commandment inototaura kuti thou shalt not be a false witness against your neighbor. In short, thou shalt not lie. A yes should be a yes. A no, a no. Lying is abominable. Lips that lie, that tell lies, is an abomination to the Lord. Mapisari mainotaura kudaro. Peter anonyora deceiving Wakorinto anonyora about deception. Do not Ephesians writes about it, even Revelations write about it. From Genesis to Revelations, you find God castigating lips that lie. And chikero, even skero chaichayo inobira, skero inonyepa weight, is not approved and appreciated by God. It's a lie. Now, why do you lie? Yes, we have got all these types of lies, and in that we all lie. But the big question is, why do you lie? Ndatini ni vana vaMwari. Kunyepa takazvarwa. I want to believe our DNA has got life. Our DNA has got life. Inayo irimo DNA umo mutsinga muropa irimo. We all have got the potential to lie. But we need to be careful. We need to be observant. We need to observe our limits when it comes to lies. This is where mindfulness, meditation, contemplative prayer comes in. You need to observe your limits. You need to be aware of what is happening. You need to be aware of where your mind is going. Is my mind crossing the line? Or I'm still in the safe zone? Because kunyepa hakuna kuipa. Get me right and don't get me wrong. Kunyepa hakuna kuipa. And this is the truth. And this is the word of God. Hakuna kuipa kunyepa. Kwakaipa kana kwadarika mwero. Nekuti Mwari anozviziva kuti kunyepa kuripo. Because it is a creation by him. Kuti azoisa mutemo wekuti thou shalt not be a false witness against your neighbor. He knew there is a limit. And you need to be mindful about where your mind is when you are answering questions, when you are telling the truth. You have lied. And this is the bottom line. You have lied so many times. Today, kana watombotaura nemumwe munhu somewhere, kana wamuka uri mupenyu right now, you have lied not less than 10 times. Ndati kumashure uko ndifamba nepeni and pese paunotaura kuti apa ichasi chokwadi basi, tick tick tick, just put kana katse tse, uchaona kuti tumatsetse twako tunodarika 10 per day. We lie. We even lie to ourselves. So why do we lie? Why do you lie? Number one, top of the list, ask anybody. Ask anybody. Ask anybody. Mwana mudiki kana munhu mukuru, chemberi harahwa. People of all walks of life. Ask them, why do you lie? Top of the list answer is fear of punishment or avoiding punishment. So there's an element of fear in life. Fear of punishment. I don't want to be punished because punishment is painful. So our fear of being punished causes us to lie. Now, ndatini nokavunza vana. Maybe some of you are asking now, evangelist, murikutaura nyaya vana vezera ripi? Come on, let me ask you this question. At what age do you think children begin to lie? I'll give you a little pause of, say, about 10 seconds. Okay. Now, I don't know what answer you have come up with, but let me tell you, children as young as 4 years have been known to lie. I want to take it a little bit backwards. I'd say about 3 years. Or even younger. But at 4 years, they know they have told a lie. They know they have lied. They learn to lie. They begin to lie. Why? How? Is the question. It's because they see you. They see us. Lie, tell untruth, deceive. One way or the answer. Try to influence. One way or the other, or try to gain some information by, changing a lot of stuff. We teach our children a lot of things. Therefore, it is very, very important as parents, very important as parents, to teach ourselves and to teach our children that telling the truth is what gains us respect, not lying, not deception. Telling the truth is what gains us respect, not telling lies. Someone who is respected within a community, if you ask the people, what makes you hold this person in high esteem, they will tell you, he stands, she stands with the truth. He stands by the truth. He's so truthful. He's so honest. He's so open-minded. He is so transparent. He is truthful. It is what gains us respect. So that's number one, fear of punishment. Vabereki, regerai nditi kuti tidzidzise vana vedu kuti vatitaurire zvokwadi nguva dzese, tinofanira kubvisa an element of punishment in our dealing with children and encourage them to be open about things and reward them accordingly, rewarding our children for being open, transparent, and being truthful. And we reward them accordingly. Kwete kuti wabvunza mwana kuti waswera uripi, utaura kuti ndatoswera zvangu ndiri kwamashaire ukoko, kana ndaswera ndiri kwamukarakati, ndiri kwamutize, kana ndaswera ndiri kwani. Then wobva uti handidi munhu anofamba zvinhu zvakadaro inini, shamu kana kumushaudha kudaidza nemazita. Next time, because he loves going to those places, he loves doing those things. When you ask them, what have you been up to? Punishment is painful. So they will say, no, the pain I experienced that day for telling the truth is not worth it. So they then begin to tell you lies, omitting a lot of details in their story, or adding a lot of other stuff to deceive you or to influence you, and so on. Saka vana ngavadzidziswe by rewarding them for telling the truth. Yes, akutaurira zvausingafarire, akutaurira zvakutsondoresa kana kuti zvatokutsamwisa semubereki. Muudze kuti ona mwana kwawaenda kwaunoswera ukoko, zvakaoma wena, ini hazvina kunyatsondiitira zvakanaka. Next time, kana urikuda kuenda unoswera kunhu kwakaita kure sekudaro izvozvo, unazopota uchindiudzawo kana kuti inini handifaniri kuti uende unoswera kure kwakadaro nechikonzero chekuti abcd, asi waita zvako nekundiudza. What happens? Mwana anoteerera and he appreciates kuti you validated them and you rewarded them by telling them how it made you feel and what you expect them to do in future and the way forward and how that would make you feel. So children being children, they want always to impress their parents. So they will make sure they don't do that again. So it is important to reward that, although it is bad, you don't like it, reward it in a way that does not reinforce lying, but openness and truthfulness. Fear of punishment. Chero, and you know vana kumusha uku, and even now vana vanoenda vachinobvisa nhumbu. Chikonzero chiri chekuti vanotya kuudza vabereki. Zvoita sekuita kunge kusika munhu imhosva. Yet tikaverenga bhuku yaMwari, tikaverenga Bible, the truth about the Bible is purpose yatakaisirwa pano naMwari, imwe yacho chaiyo purpose yakanyorwa naMwari nemasoko ake mubhaibheri ndekuti tibereka netiwande. Berekanai muwande. One. But zvinoitwa sekuita kunge kuita mimba mhosva nekuda kuti vabereki tarisiro yavo inenge iri somewhere. So what happens with our kids? They lie, they deceive, lie of deception. Hanzi mimba inosungwa kusvika yasununguka. I remember when I was in Chitumbisa, years back. This neighbor of ours, mudhara wacho aipenga, aidya gaka, aiwana zvekutamba. Mwanasikana akaita mimba, akati hapana apa ukaitaura inenge ichirambuka kwayakaitirwa, because mukomana wacho anenge ari kutyawo futi zvekumba kwake. Saka zvine zvakukwenya nekoko. Mimba yakasungwa ikaita sei, yarwadza manje. Mwana akati ndarwara. Ndanga nditoripo isu tikamhanya nemotikari pachitungizo hospital. Achipinda muchitungizo hospital kuemergency kuya kwamhanyiswa aendeswa uko, because things were just awful. Tasara tiri kunze kuya. 10 minutes down the line, tikuona kuri kuuya mukoti ari kuti tinokumbirawo bag preparation. Bag preparation, what do you mean? Family was shocked. Zvikanzi makorokoto mane muzukuru chikomana, and we just tangoshama. So how did she manage to conceal? How did she manage? That was a grand lie. Deception. Now, that's one. Fear of punishment. Another reason why you lie is to maintain secrecy. Kuchengetedza tsindidzo. We lie because we want to keep things secret. It's not easy though to keep secrets, but people lie because of that. And my secrets anowanzokonzera kuti vanhu vanyepe. They are those secrets, one, that might cause a lot of embarrassment. So that's the other reason why people lie. That's another reason why you lie. Embarrassment. Kunyepa nekuda kuti unotya kunyadziswa. You lie because of that fear of embarrassment. It's one thing that causes people to lie. Keeping secret. Fear of revealing secrets. People will lie. Ichimbofunga kuti zvinhu zvingani zvawakachengeta iwe. How many things are there? And you have been asked several times, and you have said, I don't know. Why? Because it's a secret. because it's something that you don't want to let out, and it can cause people, to lie. Taura nyaya embarrassment. Hakuna chinhu pasi pano chinovengwa nemunhu kudarika kunyara, nekuti kunyara kunonyadzisa. So a lot of us will lie because we don't want to embarrass ourselves, or we don't want to embarrass our family members. As a result, we will lie, we will tell lies, we will use deception, we will use everything under our control. But Mwari vanozvida here zvinhu zvakafanana naizvozvo. Mwari hanzi vanoti havafariri muromo unonyepa, havafariri pfungwa dzinoronga zvekunyepa, zvekumislida. Nekuti kana tikabatwa naMwari, watinoziva kuti vanoziva zvese, zvausati waita nezvauchaita, murango wacho wakakura. We lie. Why I'm talking about this, I want you to be familiar. I want you to accept the fact that lying is something that we do, and we do it for various reasons. Right. Tinotaura nyaya yekuti tinonyepa nekuchikonzero chekuti tinotya punishment. Tinoda kuavoida punishment. Tinotya kuzvinyadzisa kana kunyadzisa hama neshamwari dzedu. Tinonyepa nekuda kwekuti tinoda kuchengetedza zvimwe zvinhu zvakawanda. We lie because of that. But let me say this. The greatest lie that is dangerous is to lie to yourself. Lying to yourself. Lying to yourself. Let me go back a little bit. And talk about why we lie. Because I hinted a little bit earlier on to say, well, we all humans lie. We all lie. We all have lied, and we lie every day. So we also lie because we want to escape punishment. We want to escape consequences of our behavior. Therefore we lie. Saka lies, saka manzi ndambotaura kumashure kwewe ndichiti nhema dzinobatsira, asi tinofanira kuziva patinoita draw a lie. We should not be overcome by lies, but we should overcome lies by being truthful. We lie because sometimes we want to get out of trouble, sometimes we want to get things, sometimes we are chimbofungidzira kumusha kuZimbabwe in a situation at the moment where money is scarce, mabasa they are scarce, chikafu is scarce, a lot of things are scarce, and hurumende inopa depending kuti unosupporta political party ipi. Therefore you have got to lie kuti you support this party so that you can get food. So in that case, the lie is being used here to deceive so that you can get something, so that you can influence an outcome, and so on. We lie because we want to get information. Sometimes we lie because we want to get information. There are so many reasons why we lie. You know the reason why you lie, my brother and my sister. It's just informative to talk about this. Shoko raMwari rinoti, thou shalt not be a false witness against your neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself. That the most dangerous lie is where you lie to yourself, is where you deceive yourself, is where you put yourself in a position that is not you by virtue of just lying to yourself and believing your own lie. Kuzinyepera wobva wachitenda kunyepa kwako. Makambodzwa necho atiki hanzi kune this person akasvika pa unonzi yezvine zvinhu zviri kunetsaka. Very soon I'm just imagining if like coronavirus gets into Zimbabwe and people begin to say there's going to be shut down and people want to start panic buying, hoarding stuff and so on. There will be. It's happening even in this country. There is unoenda mashops ezvinezvi toilet rolls, they are selling like nobody's business. Sipoids dzekugeza maoko dziri kumhanya zvisingaite. Now this person akasvika paball ndokuti how can I get kufront kwequeue ndobati mafesiti grando anyepera sikuti mutori panapa zvenyu ball kunoku shuga yauya pachigumba izvo ndatosiya vanhu vakaqueua so havasati vanyatsowanda but vakaqueua motikari kutofloda shuga izvo zvekutaura kuno hameno zvenyu. And the people who had the ball thought, oh my God, sugar nemanetsera iri kuita iyi, mvura tinodzoka tichichera. Everybody rushed to go pachigumba. Mufesi ndobva asara ari one. And ndobva ati do akati mamhanyira aita vanhu ava vachienda pachigumba uko. I think I've told a truth here. It's not a lie, it's a truth. So let me go. And they left their bucket and ran kuenda pachigumba. Yet that was a lie. That is telling a lie that is believed by people to the extent that you end up believing it yourself. It's so. Please, you can judge me if you want, but we used to do it. It was fun. If you want to really test how good you are at lying, you generate a lie, right? And tell it to someone in a different village and wait. Just wait. If it goes around and comes back to you, that's a very good lie. If it goes around the village and it comes back to you, wakazvinzwere kuti yakadai yakatambikana ninginani mukomana uyo yakadai woziva kuti you are a good creator of lies. We used to do it and it used to be fun. Lying to the extent that you end up believing your lie is dangerous. It's one of the most dangerous lies. Why is it dangerous? Why am I saying it's dangerous? Kana wakusvika pakuzvinyepera iwe wega zvekuti unobhilivha nhema dzako, you have become a serial liar. You have become a pathological liar. There are pathological liars out there. People wamunoziva kuti akangoshama muromo wake chete. The majority of what they are saying is half truth. Take them with a pinch of salt and don't rush yourself to follow it up because it's just a waste of time. It's a lie. You've become a pathological liar. A liar who actually requires therapy to heal their mind, to heal their brain, so that they start telling truth. Because all they know is telling truth. This is not something that comes natural. It comes because the environment that they were brought up in never promoted, never rewarded correctly any truths that were upsetting. Because pane chimwe chokwadi chinorwadza, but chokwadi chichirwadza kudaro ngachigamuchirwe, choitwa rewarded accordingly, so that it does not promote evasion, so that it doesn't promote deception, so that it doesn't promote omissions. Vazhinji tiri kunyeperwa mudzimba umu, vazhinji tiri kunyeperwa mumachechi, vazhinji tiri kunyeperwa mumabasa, vazhinji tiri kunyeperwa mudzinyika. Why? It's because maybe the way we reward people when they tell us the truth is not reinforcing telling truth. So it's very important. Chokwadi kana chataurwa, especially pakutanga ndati vana vanotanga kunyepa vari vana vadiki 4 years they begin to lie. Anoda kuchengetedza tunhu twake, anoda kuchengetedza tumasikireti twake, anoda kuchengetedza chichi, they begin to lie. They begin to lie on their phones, they begin to lie on their tablets, they begin to lie on their iPads, they begin to lie on the computer, they begin to lie in school, they begin to lie everywhere. Why? It's because we never promoted telling the truth. It is important to promote telling truths in our kids by rewarding them accordingly. Vaudzei, ngativaudzei vana vedu kuti vatiudze zvokwadi. Kana aita mukomana ngaasununguke kutaura kuna mai, ngaasununguke kutaura kuna baba. Hakuna mukomana ari kundipfimba and I don't know kuti zviri kuita sei. Kana ataura kudaro, ataura zvokwadi. Some of them they will say it so innocently. Then tikabata tangoti handidi kunzwa zvinhu zvakadaro izvi ndochicho chemwana mudiki uyo musikasaizi kakueka kwakuda kusanga inini ndakazotanga kudai so ndamakore akadai so ndakudai so ndakudii votaka kubenga zvikuita kupupira nefuri nehasha nehasha papanapa mutaura zvisina basa rese chafanana na tete wako akazodai so kana kuti nababa wacho akazodai so nabanguru wacho nasekuru wacho namainini wacho mwana abva audziridzwa zvese vati do kuti but I was just telling the truth. Is this how truth is rewarded? Is this how being truthful is rewarded? Next time, they just go quiet. They no longer tell you. And you ask them, because now you're worried. They told you at the first, you ask them, wati wane musikana kana kuti wati wane mukomana here kana kuti chichi. No, handinai. Ndinomuitise zvangu ndomudii. Muteedzera zvamakatiudza zviya kuti imi makazotanga kuita zvavakomana madai kana zvavasikana madai. Inini hano handidaro ndinoteedzera. And they become evasive. They begin to create, they begin to be creative on how to hide Zokwadi. They begin to be creative, and let me tell you, I've been there before. They begin to be creative. And zvinozoitika ndezviya zvatakaitwa kuchitungisa hospital. Zvinozoitika ndezviya zvekuti munozounzwa pamba pakunzi tisvikewo nemazwi echikadzi, tisvikewo moti kondiani onzi ndisu. Mubuda ona pane vanhu vakatofungidza kumeso kuti kwakanaka onzi takuunzirai mudziyo wenyu. Wakushama kuti where did this come from? Because you did not reward being truthful in the right way. Because chokwadi kana chakuda kuzobuda manje. Ndezoti chokwadi chinobuda chete. What did Jesus say about truth? Jesus said, Whatever you do behind closed doors, you do it behind closed doors, you do it behind the bushes, you do it under the cover of darkness. It will be proclaimed at the rooftops. Daylight, it will be proclaimed during the day. The truth will always come out. It might take time, but let me tell you, if you lie, the truth will always come out. And there are three things that cannot be hidden. Three things that cannot be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. You can't hide these three things. You can't. The sun, the moon, and the truth, they can't be hidden. No matter how many can try, you can't hide this. What this simile only means is that while we can tell lies, the truth will always come out eventually. Therefore, it is important to promote being truthful. Manzwa ndichitaura nini vanhu vaMwari kuti chinoita kuti tinyepe inhau yekutya, fear of reprisal, fear of response yemunhu, fear of being punished, fear of us being embarrassed, fear of extermination, fear. So we should teach ourselves to be able to face the truth. Some people have killed themselves because they could not face the truth. They could not face the truth. And what did they do? They committed suicide. And they live a suicide note to say, I could not face the truth. I could not face the reality. The embarrassment just was too much. Yet, shoko raMwari rinotaura kuti lies will always imprison you. And what sets you free is the truth. What sets you free is the truth. Lies will always imprison you. You live in prison if you lie. Get me right here. I'm laughing because I can see you guys. I can see you. And even myself, I can see you. You're thinking, oh my God. Yes. If you live in lies, you are living in prison. If you are living in lies, you are living in prison. And you are not free. The moment you let the truth out, you're free. Because only truth shall set you free. What do I mean by that? I mean, chimbotarisa imboenda kuchikwama chako. I love this. Well, it's Friday night. When it's Friday night, it's joy time, also Friday. It's Friday night. Ndikutarisa zvangu kuti ngatimboendai kubhegi ratinochengetera tunhu twedu right? And open it for a little bit. Just open it for a little bit. Not much. Just open it for a little bit. Remember. Well, before I say remember, let me say, some people were nobody going to parties. I just love being fun and I just love talking stories. Panikandinotika hi, right? But it's going to hi ka hi. Not munhu wese ane ka box kake, ane ka box kake kane kamwe compartment kakavharwa, so akavhurwa ikako. Ndinoda kuti umboenda mukakompartment ikako ako kabox kako ako kawakavhara ako kako, utarise macontents acho, right? Tarisa macontents acho, utarise kuti ndekapi kaunogona kuburitsa nhasi kuti okay, I think I've kept this in this box for a long time. I think it's high time I just let it go. I've lived with this lie for a long time, especially that lies about yourself, lying to yourself, and you believe your own lies, and you live believing your own lie. You live in fear. You live in discomfort. You live in anxiety provoked life. You live a painful life. And that one reason why we lie is to keep secrets. Kana wakachengeta ma secrets, you are not free. Because all the time you are constantly on guard. Yeka box kaka kuti kasangweri kana kabva nyangurwa. It reminds me of this story which happened. This is a true story, by the way, which happened in a hospital. So this elderly man had another family, which was never known by the other family. I hate the word small house. I hate that word. I don't like it. I'm very uncomfortable with it. Making somebody a small house, because if a man has fallen in love with a woman, and they are in love and they end up having a family there, it's not a small house. It's derogatory. It's a family, which is not legal as per se. So he had this family, and he kept it a secret for years. But when he became older and dementia started playing up, he could no longer hold the truth. So when his wife and kids, some came to visit him, he then suddenly says, so where is so and so? And they're saying, who is so and so? And he goes, oh, well, that's my child and my wife. I said, no. And he said, oh, okay. And he had already let the cat out of the bag. And then he had to say the truth. Eventually, the truth came out. I wanted to go into that bag and just have a look. Go through a little bit and see what sort of things that you have been keeping in that bag that you want to let go. Letting go. I'm not saying go tell them out, because definitely there are certain things that are destructive, that are very, very embarrassing, that if you tell them, it's like the secrets that we keep about ourselves and about other people are such that if we tell them, we must be prepared to face the consequences, because sometimes they can cause a lot of distress in the family. They can cause even marriage breakdowns or family relationship breakdowns and so on. So if you fear that could happen, it is important not to tell people, but to tell God and let go. Or tell a trusted person, because keeping it inside yourself is painful. But if you open your heart to somebody and tell them you've let go, and they say, okay, they validate you and they reassure you that, oh, you know what, such things do happen, and we should be prepared, to face the consequences. Imagine how many things vanafata zvavanonzwa kuseri kwebox, muconfession box muyamuyamu and so on. And even ourselves, when people come to confess, because we sometimes have people coming to confess their sins and so on. We hear a lot of stuff, and we assure people that God is love, that God is forgiving, and God forgets if you let go. So you need to let go of that guilt in your mind. You need to let go of that sin in you. You need to let go of those desires, and God will forgive you, and He will accept you as His child. And you feel free after talking the truth. That's why it is very important that people like, pastors, evangelists, deacons or elders in the church be people who can handle secrets, who can handle, big stories, life-changing stories. Because unotaurirwa zvinhu zvakawanda, and you need to be very open and truthful to the person that, what you have told me is quite a big thing, but God is a loving God, and God forgives, and He forgives you, and go and be free. And somebody goes with a happy mind and a free mind and a happy heart. So it is very important to talk. Did you know there's something that is called the Jehoris window? You can Google this out. What this thing, if you look at window frame, so there's always, as people, a part of you that is known by you, and it is also known by people. So it's common ground for people. How Evangelist Mangwende, I know Mama Yvonne, I know so and so. It's common knowledge. Then there is another part that is known by other people about you, but you don't know about it. You will. That is one. Another area, number two. Then there's another area that is known by you only and not known by others. And there's a blind spot which is neither known by you or by others. Now, these two bottom ones, the one that is known by you and not by others, and this other one, which is neither known by you or known by others, but it is there. This is where God knows. He knows you. And usually, this is an area that feeds into this other area that is usually known by you. And I want to call it, this is where desires, this is where other thoughts are generated. And we need to be very careful in managing this. And this is where I was saying, you know what? Teach your mind to be aware. All right? Teach your mind to be aware. You have got every right. When somebody asks you, waswera kupi? Rather than lying, to say, you know what? I choose not to answer that question. You have not lied. You have not. No, you have chosen not to answer the question, rather than creating stories. I can like this. In order for you to lie, did you know? Let's just talk about this a little bit. If to lie, for you to be a good liar, you must be able to be consistent. And you must be able to have a sharp memory to remember your story. ndopanobatirwa nemapurisa. If you didn't know, maybe you didn't know. I observe, I read, I do all sorts. I'm a, I have read quite a lot and I've done some other stuff out there. My experience, my knowledge comes from experience. Let me tell you this. Please don't judge me, but if you want to judge me, that's okay. It's fine. I'm comfortable with that being judged. Uh, for my knowledge comes from experience. My knowledge comes from evidence, observation. My knowledge comes from the things that I have seen, the things that I have been there, and I know what I talk about. Because let me tell you, if you want to kune tsoma yachishona inoti kuziva benzi uswera naro, it sounds a little bit derogatory kuti kuziva benzi uswera naro, but it's the truth. For you to know somebody, you must have spent a day with them. For you to be able to understand certain aspects of life, you must have been part of it to some extent. What does Paul say? Paul says clearly, and people did not judge him for that. I don't judge him for that because I know that's the truth. He said, pane zvidhakwa ndakaita sechidhakwa, ini ndisiri chidhakwa, so that I could win the souls yezvidhakwa. Pane zvifeve ndakaita sechifeve, but ndisiri chifeve, in order to win the souls dzezvifeve. Pane vari vemakuhwa, pane maJudha, pane vaFarisi, I became like them, but not being them, so that I would win. All Paul was saying is, for you to be an influential pastor, evangelist, preacher, you must live the life of the people that you want to become part of your church. But a lot of people, a lot of wafundisi, wavangeli, waparidzi and so on lie. They deceive, they use deception, they use influential tactics, they use all those types of lies in order to bring people to them. But in the end, people will realize you are not part of them, and they just leave, or they feel betrayed, misled. So my knowledge comes from experience. Tikutaura nyaya yekuti, you know what? Zokwadi chete ndo inokusunungura. And I will tell you, know your limits by learning mindfulness, meditation, contemplative prayer, to allow your mind to be in the present moment, so that it can stop from doing things that are over and above of what is accepted in the life of a Christian. If we are aware of what God wants, then we cannot cross the boundary. We cannot cross the road. Thou shalt not be a false witness against your neighbor. It's based on the concept. It's based on the principle, the love that Jesus Christ said we need to learn. To love your neighbor as yourself. No more and no less. Now, this is based on practicing all the time loving kindness and forgiveness, empathy and compassion, and warm-heartedness and altruism. To do all this with all your heart, mind, body, and spirit. You must love your neighbor as yourself. You can't lie to yourself. Neither can you lie to your neighbor. You can't bear false witness to yourself. Neither can you bear false witness to your neighbor. That is the most dangerous lying, is lying to yourself. You know yourself. You know who you are. You know you are a child of God. You know you need to stand by the truth. And it is only the truth that shall set you free. So, shoko rangu randinoda kusiyirai madekwana ano pana umwari nderekuti ngatisanyepe, ngatitaure zvokwadi, tizive patinogumira kana tonyepa. Ngatitendedzei zvokwadi kunyange ichirwadza kuti itaurwe mukati medzimba dzedu. Yataurwa zvokwadi inorwadza, ngaisapiwe mubayiro unorwadzisa, unogumbutsa, nekuti zvinozoita kuti vanhu vanyepe mangwana. Manzwa imimi, chikonzero chinoita kuti vanhu vanyepe, it's fear. It's fear of punishment. It's fear of embarrassment. It's fear of extermination. It's fear of this. It's fear of that. Fear. So fear is the common factor in lies. You don't want to lose your influence because your fear is that I have been up there. Now if I come down here, oh my God, you fear just being laughed at and so on. You fear what people will think about you. You fear. So, for us not to promote fear, we need to reinforce the truth positively, not negatively. Especially that vana vanotanga kunyepa vari vana vadiki. 4 years they begin to lie. Why? It's because of us parents who do not reward their truth in a good way. Therefore, they begin to be secretive, they begin to hide, they begin to conceal, they begin to be deceptive, they begin to learn all these things, and before you know it, they've created other accounts in their laptops, in their whatever, and it is us who buy these gadgets, it is us who purchase all these things, and they become a menace. And before you know it, they've become pathological liars. Nothing that comes from their mouth is the truth, but lies all the time. And you can foretell their future is going to be a disaster. At work, they lie. When they become family members, they lie to their husband, they lie to their wife. They will also lie to their kids. If they become leaders in society by chance, they also lie to society, they lie to everybody, and it's just mayhem. May God be with you. And please remember to practice your mindfulness. Mindfulness is just sitting comfortably and closing your eyes and being quiet and just let your mind be your mind. Just let your mind be your mind. Don't interrupt it. Don't do anything. Just let it be what it is. And before you know it, it levels out and it goes quiet. And where it goes quiet, that's where wisdom, that's where enlightenment, and that's where you begin to see, to hear, to taste, to feel. Not with your ears, mouth, or what, but with your mind. The central part of your existence, which connects with the Holy Spirit. And that's where prophecy begins. That's where revelations begin. That's where speaking in tongues begin. And remember, don't forget, Sunday we are in London and we'll see you there. Don't miss out. We'll be there. It's Friday. I wish I could go on and on, but I know, we need to rest and to do other stuff. One of the days we are going to do an all night. We are going to do an all night talking about the word. And by the way, before I forget, Apostolic Faith Church, we have opened a Facebook account and a Facebook page, and we will be launching a YouTube channel, again, Apostolic Faith Church. If you want to search us on Facebook, it's Apostolic Faith Church UK Province. Apostolic Faith Church UK Province. Apostolic, one word, space, then Faith Church UK Province. That's us. We are there. Search for us, you'll find us. It's blank because it just was launched possibly early hours of this morning or just late evening yesterday. So we're still working on it, and we'll be putting original stuff on there. It's going to be dedicated mainly to original stuff happening in the Apostolic Faith Church UK Province mainly. That's what its primary goal is going to be. We will accept other stuff as time goes on, but be on the lookout. And we will be using that again to broadcast live misangano yese. Quinta, tinenge tiri kuQuinta 10, 11, 12. I'm excited. 10, 11, 12 April, tinenge tiri paQuinta Christian Center. Please advertise this, share this. It's £65 to attend. Full board. Chakunongoya ne pillowcase ne duvet rako. Kana uine sleeping bag zvakangonaka zvakadaro. Wonderful place that we will be in. Iri kuzasi kuWales just pamugano peWales ne United Kingdom. Uyaiva nawo Mwari tizonamata Mwari. Nguva ndiyoyi, and upenyu mufunge zvenyu upfupi. Tisatore for granted life and thinking, oh no, I'm still very young and I'm still healthy, and time can go like that. Saka Sunday we are London. Tiriko. Share with friends. We are London. We say Sunday 1:30 time inotanga church. Kusukira zvanaka, we are there. By the way, yes, coronavirus is there. But we are going to meet. For good or for bad, who knows? We are going to meet. Nekuti we believe. Mwari watinonamata isisu anotichengeta. We are not going, maoko tichange tichigeza, majero maalcohol jero tichisenzesa, utsanana tinenge tiripo nekuti ndo unotaurwa neshoko raMwari kuti itai utsanana. Munomboziva kuti kudhara Mwari akanga ari so strict about nyaya yeutsanana. Mumusasa ngatiti pakereke utsanana hwakange huchidiwa naMwari hurimo, hwakanyorwa. If you read magwaro, kana une chirwere wainge usingatendedzwe kuuya pamusangano wechechi nekuti waizoparadzira zvirwere. Kana waitofungidzirwa kuti une chirwere, unenge une flu, auye pamusangano. Kana uchinge uchibuda ropa, auye pamusangano. Kana uchinge uine manyoka, auye pamusangano. Kana uchinge uine zvindakwenya, kana uine nda, auye pamusangano. Kana uchinge uine maperembudzi, auye pamusangano. Mwari akagara akarongeka. Mwari ndati akagara akaita sei? Akarongeka nenyaya yeutsanana. Utsanana, Mwari akagara akarongeka pauri kuti just follow, be clean, be clean. Gezai maoko vana vaMwari. Gezai maoko vana vaMwari. Teedzerai maguidelines atiri kupiwa. Musambondirani, musamhoresani nemaoko, musaita sei. Kana mamhoresani nemaoko, kana muchida kumhoresana nemaoko, it's not bad kumhoresana nemaoko, but kana mhoresana nemaoko, remember, don't touch your face. Enda unogeza maoko ako, wese alcohol gel, wachena, you can now touch your face. Don't touch your face unnecessarily. History postal inotaura zvokwadi, kwete zvokwadi zvimwe. Hanzi makambonzwawo nyaya inonzi hanzi pane vakadzi nevarume rimwe guta rakasvikawo naPauro rinonzi reBheria, rinokurudzirwa, rinotaurwa naPauro. Hanzi pakanga paina vakadzi nevarume vaiti vakanzwa shoko havari kubvume ipapo kungweri kana kuti raparidzwa, okay, weta tichambira. No, vaiti alright, tichambononzvera magwaro, tichambonotarisa mavhesi, tichambonotarisa mamwe mashoko ari kumwoko nechimwe chiprofita chakambenge chiripo kudhara, tinzwe kuti zvauri kutaura izvi zviriko zvinowanikwa here, ndezvechokwadi here. Zvawanikwa vodzoka kuti yes, une point, we take it, we accept, and we accept Jesus Christ as our Savior. They move on. Nyaya inge iripo ndeyekuti vakanga vasingangotambire zvinhu at face value, they would check for evidence. It's not follow the guidelines. The coronavirus. Musani? Kana paine vari kunyemukira vamwe mumachechi kuti aiwa musatye zvecoronavirus, musanyengerwe zvese izvi zvinobata marudzi akadai so, kana kuti kudii. Apostolic Faith Church United Kingdom province iri kuti follow all the guidelines dziri kuburitswa neNational Health Service nehurumende about containing the coronavirus, because it is real and it is there. And even in the Bible, it talks about it. And the Bible says, protect yourselves. Nikunamata Mwari, nikuchengetedza utsanana. Toramba tiri vatano. May God bless you and good night. See you on Sunday. We might have another broadcast later tomorrow, but as for tonight, may God be with you and good night.